All right, we've been looking at generic flowers, so to speak. Let's look at real flowers for just a couple minutes. What in the world do we have here? We have part of an unopened lily bud. It was cut straight across. An unopened lily bud cut straight across. What are you going to see in this cross section? You're going to see the various parts from the outside to the middle. You won't see the base, you won't see the receptacle, but you see those four circles of parts as we go from the outside to the middle of the flower. And so, I couldn't get this any smaller. This is as small as I could get it, sorry. But what we have here is the very outside whorl, the very outside circle of parts, at least one of them, one of those structures. And what are these called? What's on the very outside of a flower, of an unopened flower? It would be what? The sepals. Yes, they do what? They protect the unopened bud. So we have sepals on the outside. And so, what's the next thing in? These must be baby whats. Inside the sepals are the what? The petals. Yes, these are baby petals. The flower is still all folded up. These are baby petals. Let's move in a little bit farther. And so, over here to the upper right, we still have our sepal. Now we've got a couple of overlapping baby petals. And so, sepals, petals. Oh, here we have the next thing in, the third circle as we move to the middle. This must be part of a what? Part of a stamen. Yeah, which part? Well, it's the part that has the sacs. What part has the sacs? The anthers. The anthers. And so as we move toward the middle, farther toward the middle, what do we see? We see now to the right some baby petals, and then we see more of this stamen. Here is what part has two sacs here I see. There's a third sac up there. This must be what part of the stamen? The anther. What's this part right here? It is the part that holds it up in the air. Once everything is opened up, it holds the anther up in the air. This must be the what? The filament. See, how come we can see the filament? I'll answer that question with the next slide. But how many sacs does an anther have? It has four. We see one, two, and then part of a third one right up here. But let's look at an anther straight on. Actually looking at all parts of the stamen. And so here we have an anther with its how many sacs? 1, 2, 3, 4. What forms inside those sacs? Pollen. Yep, pollen. And here we said this is what? The filament. How come we can see the filament? Because the filament is attached to the middle of the anther. Now when the flower opens up, these are big anthers. This is a lily flower. These are big anthers, and the anther is rocks on top of the filament like this. But when it's still closed up, the anther is kind of straight up and down, and the filament's attached right in the middle of it. And so, if the cut is made, if the slice is made below the point of attachment of the filament to the anther, you'll see both the anther and the filament. So, okay, I don't know if I said that kind of fast, so if you didn't get it, I don't think you have to worry too much about it, but the main thing is, what do we have here? This four-chamber, four-sac structure is called a what? An anther. What's this round thing? The filament. Together they comprise the what? The stamen. The stamen is which part? Male or female? Male part of the flower. And finally, our final slide, as we come to the center, we can see a couple of different anthers peeking at us at the upper right and the upper left. But what is this? We're in the smack dab middle of the flower now, so we must be in to the female part, right? Some part of the pistil or carpel. Some part. Which part? Well, we got the stigma, the style, the ovary. Where was this slice made? Well, it was made down low through the ovary. And so what we see here is the ovary. And what are these things here? Well, they are baby somethings. Baby whats? They are baby ovules. Baby ovules. We'll see more mature ovules later. But these are ovules inside the ovary. Ovules, two baby ovules inside kind of the baby ovary as well. And so what will develop into what as this flower develops? Well, ovules develop into what again? Ovules develop into seeds, and the ovary develops into what? the fruit, or at least part of the fruit. And so we'll just say the ovary develops into the fruit. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 4 circles of parts from the outside to the middle. What were they again? Starting from the outside, sepals, then petals, then the male parts, the stamens, composed of what? Anther and filament. And finally, in the middle, you have the female part of the flower, stigma-style ovary. Inside the ovary are what? Ovules. All right, you got it.